considerations on the funding situation for AI safety, exciting projects from a past Interpretability hackathon, and Meta AI Math Transformer Head Interpretability, and considerations on what to spend time on in AI safety. Today is the 18th of November, and welcome to the ML and AI Safety Update. Last week, we reported, like all others, that the FTX was crashing, and now being in the aftermath of the shock, it seems appropriate to dive a little bit into what that actually means to the AI safety community. So the New York Times published an article about the general impact on EA funding, and accurately says that it is a just cause for turbulence in such a young and vulnerable movement, and has commentary from the Center of Nonprofits and Philanthropy that it is too easy for billionaires right now to just gain a lot of legitimation by making sure the money is flowing, and this exact risk was what happened in this case. The research community is in general very appalled of what the FTX has done of damage, and right now the main FTX fund of AI safety research, Future Fund, has seen its whole team resign over the deception they were exposed to. Will McAskill and Ivan Hubinger has in clear terms expressed that what has happened is completely unacceptable, and also Ilya Yudkovsky, and a lawyer, has made sure that the community knows that it is not to blame, and there is no current risk that the legal status of the FTX donation is to be removed. But by looking at the funding opportunities for AI safety right now, the two biggest funders seem like a bit of a far stretch, because one is out, and the other one, OpenPhil, is taking a month's break right now to evaluate the situation. Though Nonlinear has set up an emergency fund for smaller grants where you can get below $10,000 to just bridge small funding gaps. Holden Karnofsky from OpenPhil has also proposed some recommendations for organization, which is first of all to put commitments on hold and wait until there is more clarity of the actual impact, also to identify gaps and assess them by urgency or importance, and also to reprioritize and balance portfolios. Phew! Moving on to something with far more hope. So this very weekend, the second alignment jam about interpretability research was hosted, and we had 147 participants and 25 submissions of very exciting interpretability research. The first prize was awarded to Alex Foot for his research an algorithm that finds minimally activating examples for neurons in language models using word replacement and sentence pruning. This automatically creates positive and negative examples for what specific neurons activate to, and that's a highly interpretable method. The second prize was awarded to a team from Stanford, who found that when transformer heads are deactivated in different ways, other transformer heads will take over their task even though these transformers did not normally show activation. This has been shown before, but the team found that the backup heads also have backup heads, and that all of these backup heads are robust to the method of deactivation, or ablation if you will, when they're used on their main heads. Also, the third prize was awarded to Team Nero, who was finding flaws in the Rome and Mehmet papers. They have shown that factual association replacement also affect any sentence related to the words in the factual association, indicating that it is not constrained to factual associations. And finally, the fourth place introduced a way to reinterpret reinforcement learning agent strategies on mathematically solved games. So they used a match 4 game and find that the way the agent sees the board corresponds exactly to how the human views the board. All in all, this is just 4 examples of what was proposed of subjects in the hackathon, and we definitely recommend that you go check out some of the other fantastic entries. Also, remember to stay tuned as we'll host another hackathon already in December. Now, let's also jump to some news from the ML world, where François Chaton from Meta AI has investigated the failure cases and out-of-distribution behavior on transformers trained on inverse matrices and decomposition of eigenvalues. Despite research that mathematical language models fail to understand math, he finds that they have a correct understanding of the mathematical problems, but that it is in the very nature of these problems that affect how correct it is in the end. So he shows that the training data's generators do not simulate the correct results to learn from, leading to generalization failures for the math models. And so it is like it always have been, The computers only do exactly what we ask them to do, and the only thing that's wrong is our expectation and our aims. We also want to dive a little bit into the thoughts of Akash, Olivia Jimenez, and Thomas Larsen, who this week has posted a lot of intervention that could be done to buy us time. So in their opinion right now, the AIS community is spending far too much time on solving technical alignment, and instead the median researcher's time is far more well spent by buying time than really doing this technical alignment. So in their proposal, they are both demonstrating how the alignment currently in progress are failing, one-to-one conversations with ML researchers, and also trying to define the AI safety concepts better. We have heard all these claims before, and they also seem to get a bit of pushback, among others from Jan Kulveit. In minor updates, Martin Soto is criticizing Vanessa Kosoi's pre-DCA protocol of interpretability for betting everything on a specific mathematical formalization of some instructions, and that might be problematic. Also, Pablo Villalobos and others have estimated when the training data will be exhausted based on the current trends. So they are currently predicting that we will have exhausted the stock of low-quality language data somewhere between 2030 and 2050. We'll exhaust the high-quality language data before 2026, and vision data somewhere between 2030 and 2060. Also, instrumental convergence is proposed to be the argument for why general intelligence is possible at all. And finally, Jessica Mary proposes that model-agnostic interpretability might be not that bad after all, although the commenters indicate the opposite. This week, we also have a few interesting offers available. So AI Impact is looking for a senior research analyst. Anthropic is looking for a senior software engineer. We have Center of AI Safety, who's looking for a chief of staff. Then also David Krueger's lab is currently looking for collaborators. All in all, this has been the ML and AI safety update of Part Research for this week. We look very much forward to seeing you next week.